describe a museum or exhibition that you particularly enjoy visiting?
I want to tell you about my museum. My memories museum tour is about like 2 months ago. That I come there with my classmates and my history teacher for an extracurricular trip. That we choose the Vietnam National Museum for as a place to visit. The museum is located in the heart of Hanoi, which is the capital city of Vietnam. It's in the 216 Trần Quang Khải Street in Hoàn Kiếm district, and it's also close to many sacred lakes that call the Cầu Thiếc and also the Hoàn Kiếm Lake as well. So I come there with my history teacher that is for, and also some of my classmates for prepare for the history competitions for like 2 months next. So it's a best place for us to know more about history knowledge, to prepare to having a good prepare for competitions, and also it's a place to preserve and also display and introduce Vietnam history from prehistory to the present through a system of extremely rich and valuable artifact, and include many of national treasure that is very important in Vietnam. And also it's store and, for instance, it's store and preserve like about 200,000 of objects and materials from all the country, from all Vietnam, I think. So after that trip, I feel very proud and grateful to those who have sacrificed to protect the country, and I was thanks to that people because I was to have the peaceful right now. So, and it's also thanks to the museum because I have learned more about the history and having the experience of multi-dimensional, and allow me to having more facts that I didn't know before going to this museum. So what about you? Describe a museum or exhibitions that you particularly enjoy visiting.
Well, it's because I'm a person is not go to museum usually, but in some time on my vacation, I go with my family. It is a few weeks. This a few weeks ago, I went to Ho Chi Minh City with my family to enjoy our vacation because we have a lot of stressful day for working and studying. So my parents wanted every members in family can be assist. So we choose Ho Chi Minh City is the good idea. When I go to the first day, I go to the War Remnants Museum. It's a museum for built at 28 Võ Street 46 was, and this is district bar in Ho Chi Minh City, and the war this museum is belongs to the Department of culture, and sports of Ho Chi Minh City is a member of the system of museum for World Peace and the World Council of Museums. When I go there, I don't know a lot about in this museum, so I have a audio to listen, and the headphone. When I wear it, I can listen to what the tour guide is talking about history in there. I feel very excited, and can when I listen to this story, I feel um, very sad because it is talk about the people have a bond in in the history, because people in this time that time is in the war, so a lot of people a lot of people died, and I think the most make me thinking is have a lot of children is some children is only 3 months, or the older people is very make me can think about in every day, because it's very accessible, like and when I what make me can immerse in this story is have a one main idea is my tour guide, because she is very enthusiastic and always immersed in her story. It make a people is like her, and when I go to that, I can see the artifacts and see a picture by naked eye, because when I see the picture, I think I cannot talk anything. It is so scare, and make all the people is very thinking about in the past, and why we can well-being in this time, and it is our traditional museum make me very evoke the feeling of patriotism, and very proud, grateful. It have a lot of I have a lot of emotion in me when I go to this museum. Uh, what benefits can school students gain from visiting museum?
In my opinion, visiting museum has a lot of benefits for young children, such as museum can gain their knowledge about inside out of the history, and also broaden the horizons of knowing the history of Vietnam, and having like and also having the tour of museum can have like improve general skills that very important for them in studies, and also in not in school, like the skills that they need in their life. And also it's in the tour in museum tour, they can provoke their imaginations after seeing some kind of artifacts about in the past. They can also having to gain their imaginations about that kind of things, and whatever. But what about you? What do you think about these questions?
Well, I think when the school children going from visiting museum, it have a lot of emotion in there. they can see the trust picture in there. It can help them more, can image more than in the school, because in school they also studying in the PowerPoint, and it is very boring because only the teacher go to talk and all of the students is go to sleep. So when they can do some field trip for the student, go to the museum, it can make the student broaden horizon and know inside out the history, and it can evoke the feeling of patriotism for the student. How do you think most students feel about visiting a museum?
Um, I think that I think that every kid's enjoying going to a museum. They love to go to that place. I think that even though I think that some young kids, just little kids, about like 3 to 5 years old, they cannot, they do not know about it yet, but they still like to come and visit the museum because, and also they are excited about it too. But I think not only the little children love to go to museum. I think that the youngster and the young adults, they also enjoying and feeling happy and excited to go there because they knew what is displayed on the museum, and also they can aware about it and aware about all the artifacts and also all the kinds of materials about history of their country, the country that they live in, and they can feel proud about it. So I think they will feel proud, excited, and also feeling loved to go to the museum. So how do you think most children feel about visiting a museum?
Well, I think it is depend on people, because one people have another idea, but in my opinion, children is not interested in museum because they are too small to know inside out of history. They only listen, and sometimes they don't care anything, and also 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 listen to the tour guide and other teacher. But for the elders, when they want to broaden horizon and know something, so they only want to go to want to immerse in, and when the tour guide talk, they can understand more than the student. So I think the student is not interested more than the elders because they are too young, and it depends on the age and the interested in another people. Are museums more educational now than they were when your parents were young?
Um, I think that the museum is a pretty good place for educate the kids because they will be more interested in seeing real materials and also real picture and the real descriptions about all that kind of story about real history, not only sitting on in front of in schools. So I think that is a good kind of study for to educate students. And in addition, I think that they will be more learning more easier than sitting in class, and yeah, our museums more educational now than they were when your parents were young.
It is have more education now than in the past, because in the past they don't have a lot of money to fund over, but in nowadays people is have more better life, so they sometimes they subsidy, and when they go there, they also spend some money to go there. It can help the museum sustainable more than in the past. In the past, they don't have enough money to go to the museum. They have a lot of things of work to do. But in nowadays, we have also studying and go out with friends or something. It is have more free time. So I think when you hang out and want to do something, the museum is a good idea for the student to go with friend or someone. Why do many people like to wear fashionable clothes?
Like to wear fashionable clothes is not strange in nowadays. In these days, I think that because many people just like this because they want to show their personality in their clothes, and also they want to catch up the trending clothes about the celebrities, and also in every social network trending about clothes. They want to wear and catch up that trend, and also they want to become beautiful myself, and also they want to look trendy after wearing all that kind of fashionable clothes, and I think that's the reason. What do you think about these questions?
In one people like to wear fashionable clothes, it have a lot of reason. I think the most of reason is they want to flex about their rich. Like one people is can show off their clothes, like the high-end clothes. It is sometimes depend on rich people, elite, and the model or some of the people make a clothes because now normal people can do that because it is very expensive, but sometimes they can do they can use some of it to catch the flow of the fashion, and when you wear fashionable clothes, they can look more trendy, and like the people can catch the flow of the fashion. How do fashion vary for different age groups?
I think that fashions change quite a bit of all different age groups. For instance, in terms of style, color, or even their finances. If they have a good finance or bad finance, it's also be affected. The clothes also be affected by that reasons, and young people have a hobby of wearing like a cheerful color of styling, and also the colorful clothes to show their dynamics, and also to show that they are a creative person. I don't know, but as for adults, they often wear like clothes that show up their politeness and also the respect of people that seeing them wearing that clothes. So I think that is the biggest biggest difference in two kind of age group is the young people and the older people. So how do fashion vary for different age groups?
Well, in my opinion, for the kids, they also wear clothes for by the elders by the elders because they don't know what to choose, and the parents is the person is true for them. And for the teenager nowadays, I think the role model of teenager trend is the basic clothes, what the big size and the free size, because they think it is very relaxed and easy to do activity. And also in one when they go out, don't anyone can see their trust body, so they I think there is more there's more likely go to a role like this. And of course the seniors is also different for the teenager. Example like me and my grandparents, they also don't like me in every summer or every winter. It's like the one season in a year I go to change my clothes one per year. But the grandparents is also wait year and years don't need to train because I think the teenager is want to catch the flow of the fashion more than seniors. The seniors don't care about this. They also have the clothes to wear. Is it very good and don't need anything else? What factors cause outdoor fashion to trend?
The change in adult fashions has to be affected by culture and also the way of life. Okay. They will be over time the influence and also be influenced by their culture, the way of life, and other influencer as like the TV shows, the show's social network, and also the influencer advertising as well. They also pay attention to the social network and the advertising, that the fashion and it affects to the fashion industry that will change their dressing styles. So I think that that's the main factors cause adult fashions to change. What do you think about these questions?
Talk about the elders why they change the clothes nowadays, because it depends on the people what the economic and financial system of their salary, and the price is also the paramount factors. Because if they can see something is more cheaper, they will they will buy it by the least survive price. And sometimes it is about in the colors, because because one person is don't like another, because all they have their own favorite colors. So it is many factors, because And I think it's happening too is like people nowadays is very interested in clothes, so they pay their attention in the clothes, pay their attention in the clothes. So they always change. It's very usually it's like on a daily basis. On a daily basis, but also in the past they change their clothes once in the blue moon. So I think it is very have a trend in the modernist era.